still trying to track down Coach Gill, so we'll go ahead and move on to our next coach on the schedule, and that is the head coach of the VMI Cadets, Sparky Woods. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Cadets open the season on the road at number 14 Richmond, 6 o'clock on Saturday. You can open up and talk about how your preseason camp went, a little bit about how the team's looking, and then give us your thoughts on Richmond. We'll take questions.
Well, we've had a pretty good camp. We've been here together now for a while, and our coaching staff, I think, is certainly on the same page of what we're trying to teach. I think we have added a nice group of freshmen to our existing football team that we came out of spring practice with. We returned some players that have played some football, so I think we have a better football team than we've had. I hope that it'll show in wins and losses. We recognize and respect the people that we got to line up and play against, but can't do anything about their team, only can do something about our team, and I think we have improved as a football team. Like many schools at this level, we recognize that depth is a concern. You're just fortunate to have good first-line players. Tough to have depth that can put in guys that can play new. With 12 games, we certainly need to develop depth and try to bring some young guys along as quickly as we possibly can. But I think overall the camps went well. We've done pretty well injury-wise. We have had some issues with ankles and such at running back. We've had shoulder injury in our last scrimmage in the outside linebacker position, concerns us somewhat. And then we've overall, though, we've worked hard against each other, and I think we'll be healthy and ready to go into this game, relatively speaking. Richmond is an outstanding football team. I think everyone would know that. They returned 17 starters off of a team that had a great season last year and a team that beat us very soundly here at home last year. We have to travel to their place, and they're very impressive. Their defensive line, it sticks out to me mostly. Looks like at worst a lower level Atlantic Coast Conference defensive line. They have a number of transfer players that they brought in. That quarterback is a guy who came from Virginia, a receiver that transferred in as an outstanding player to add to already a good receiving corps. Defensively, they have speed and they have continuity, and they're coached well by Coach Rocco, who we've known for a long time through his days at Liberty prior to going to Richmond. So we have a real stiff challenge ahead of us. We've got to go down and play our very best performance and come out of there feeling good about our football team, and come back here and move into the next day and try into our next game and move through the schedule one game at a time. So obviously with the 12th game, we've got to make sure that we develop as much additional players as we can to try to help us get there. We have some guys that have played. I feel good about our quarterback. He certainly played a lot of football games, in Eric Bordenbrock, and I think that we've got some skilled guys outside that can catch and run, and I think we have more depth in the running back. I think the offensive line is one that's come along. We're thin in numbers, so we need to be lucky there, but I think we've got a stronger offensive line than we've had. Defensively, I think we have more speed on defense. Again, I think our line of scrimmage was hurt by graduation, yet we've got some guys there have played, and some guys that's come along in our all-season program to look like give us some depth there. Hopefully we have a little more depth in the secondary and linebackers that have played for us. Special teams is a chance for us to improve the most, maybe. A lot lies on the back of a freshman kicker who's been spending a lot of time going through the rat line this week. So, but he's managed it pretty well, and I think that he gives us a chance to create better field position and such. The addition of the speed on defense should help aid us in having a little better coverage teams and special teams and all. So pretty confident that our team is better than it's been. I'm not at all naive to know that the teams we play have gotten better as well, and respect that about them. So we're working hard to improve our team and think we are making progress there. What we've got to do is play well, and I'm sure they will play hard. It's not enough just to play hard. You got to play well in order to win. So hopefully we'll execute and play well. We'll certainly get a good test in that first ball game at Richmond.
All right, thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions for VMI head coach Sparky Woods. If you're asking a question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you joined us via the web. Questions for VMI head coach Sparky Woods.
Coach Woods, this is Lane Harris with Coastal Carolina Football.
Hey, Lane.
How you doing? I bumped into an old player of yours, Paul Sheets, played center for you back in the 80s up at App State. He told me to tell you hello.
I hope Paul was behaving himself. I'm sure he was. He was a good guy, a good player for us, and it's good to hear about guys like that. I know he's doing good.
He still is. He looks like he can still play for you. He's got a daughter, Shelby, that's played volleyball at Myrtle Beach High School. She's a pretty good little player herself. I just wanted to talk to you. Can you give us some more insight on the and why do you think? I'm sorry. Why do you think you had so many injuries in the preseason practice? I was looking at Coastal, and they came through almost unscathed with the injuries. Why do you think your guys got a little injury bug bitten?
Well, I think that we competed hard. Actually, we stayed pretty good shape all the way up until we've had 2 scrimmages, and we did go ahead and scrimmage. We thought we needed to scrimmage to try to test our backs a little bit and running, and then you've got a tackle in this league, so you can try as hard as you can to stay on your feet. And we practice, and we take pride in practicing on our feet, but there's 2 times we went ahead and tried to scrimmage, and we had ankle injuries mainly to the tailbacks, nothing that shouldn't get them back. I don't know if one will be ready to play this week or not. And then we had an unfortunate shoulder separation. Other than that, we've stayed pretty healthy. That's a key players, your tailbacks, and then an outside linebacker. So outside linebacker Chris Harper was chasing the ball and arm extended and fell on it, and the shoulder came out. And so I anticipate him being back. I just don't think he'll be back for a couple of weeks here, so that's a big loss. But overall, I wouldn't say that. I didn't mean to give the impression that we're beat up. I think we'll be in good shape. Ankles on tailbacks is something that you don't want to be a lingering thing. And then Chris is a good player for us, been a good player for us. So taking in, we just have few players, so any injury is magnified for us. Well,
good luck. I hope you get rid of that injury bug, get everybody healthy, and good luck this Saturday. And take a message up there to Danny Rocco. Let him know you messed out on leaving the Big South.
Yeah, I'll tell Danny that Lane Harris told him to.
We'll see you.
All right, thank you, Lane.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, next question for you is from a media member in Richmond. I don't have a name, so please introduce yourself before we're talking to Coach.
Good morning. This is John O'Connor with the Richmond Times-Dispatch. And Coach Woods, I know people down here support VMI. There's a lot of them, and are interested in knowing maybe what the key does have to do to take the next step, both this year and in subsequent years.
Well, I think we're prepared to. I think, John, that certainly we'll have a great test against Richmond. We come with all intentions of winning the game. We always do. We realize if we were to upset Richmond, it would definitely be an upset. We have great respect for them, but again, what we can do is we can play better. I think what we have to do is what everybody else has to do. We have to execute. We have to protect the football. We have to be good in special teams, and we've got to be good tacklers and get on that in the field. I think that I think we understand that. I think we're prepared to make that step. Obviously, the people you play against has things to do with that. We've got to get into the fourth quarter with some of these good teams on our schedule, so we're not playing from behind and trying to catch up. So, doing so, we have to play. We have to play as our very best, and then see how that matches up with the talent we play against.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, John. And, Coach, last question for you, I believe, is from Randy King of the Roanoke Times. Go ahead, Randy.
Hey, Sparky, how's it going, man?
Doing good, Randy.
I take it that Hyman will go into Harper's spot with Harper out for a couple games, you say?
Yes, sir. We get him and get Chris Copeland a chance to get in there and play a little bit more. And Chris is a good-looking athlete along with Williams, so it's not like we're without a player there. It's just we can't afford to lose many. And Chris has been a good player for us here for a couple of years, and we'll be glad to get him back. But William will step in there and do a great job, and it's an opportunity for Chris Copeland to do what he's wanted to do since he's come, and that's play more football.
How's your left tackle Cooper doing? I know he had shin splints or something on one of the legs, you said a couple weeks ago.
Been practicing good. I think he's managing that okay, and I think Coach Campbell's done a good job of getting him through camp where he's in good shape, and our trainer's been on it with our strength coach and Garden Emmanuel, but Emmanuel looks like he's ready to play. He's bigger and stronger, and the off season has been productive for him. I think his leg feels fine. I think he's ready to go play. Have a good test this week on that blind side over there protecting our quarterback.
Besides your kicker Christopher, the other freshmen that are almost surely going to play some this week.
I think receiver, some Richmond guys there, with Dane Forlines, I think can play. Aaron Sanders, receiver, will have a chance to play for us. Matthew Nicholson will play. I think that Taylor Stout is a guy that can get involved, and a lot of this has to do with not only scrimmage plays, but special teams plays as well. In the secondary, I think we've got some guys that have a chance to come in there and add to our depth there a little bit. Elijah is a guy that can come on and play at strong safety, Elijah Robinson, and I think that looking for possibility of a little depth at the nose position with Walker Hayes pretty soon stepping up, trying to give us some depth snaps in that area there. A tight end, we got a guy Andrew Lewis is a guy that's got great potential, I think, to come. So that's probably more than I'd like to mention that has a chance to play at freshman, but that's they all do have that opportunity for us.
Considering Richmond, I mean, is this the best time to get them? I mean, there might not be a good time, but I mean, the first game. I mean, they're trotting out there for the first time too. I mean, is this making any improve your chances at all, just coming right out of the gate like this and getting?
I really don't know. I think that probably, as you point out, not a good time to play an outstanding team like them. I think that they will be a good team. It might be better to play them like 30 minutes right after they get through playing NC State or something, but I don't think we're going to have that opportunity to do so. They got a really good team. I know you know that, Randy, and they returning 17 starters off of an outstanding team. Their defensive front is really good. The good news is it'll be a great test for us, a great judge for ourselves where we are. They have speed at receiver and they have a quarterback that started at Virginia that moved down there. It's a good player, and he's done a good job of getting transfers in to fill spots. And watch that film. Our guys are going to see the same guys they blocked and tried to block a year ago. I really wouldn't know much about their team in terms of the best time to play them. There's probably as good a time as any to go down there and get after them. I know it should be fun. Our guys have a lot of Richmond people, so our guys are excited. We have great respect for the University of Richmond and Coach Rocco's staff and what they've done. So, it's what college football should be, a very exciting opportunity for our team. I know we'll have a good contingent of cadets there supporting us, and so what you come here to play for. Come play for big games like that. It's an interstate game, so players know each other a great deal. So I know I'm looking forward to it. We'll find out how far we've come as a football team. They'll be a good judge for that.
let me throw one more at you. You, the kicker, you mentioned, there was concerned about, of course, going through the rat line, and you mentioned earlier that that seems to be going okay as it can be. But what about his leg? I mean, has he been exactly about what you figured coming in?
He's got a good, strong leg. He's a talented young man. I really like him. He's poised. He goes about his business, and I think that he's our kicker, and we're proud to have him. And so we're going to like him if he kicks it good. We're going to like him if he don't. He's our kicker, so we're going to get behind him and support him and try to do a great job of covering when he kicks off and getting down there and tackling those guys. And when he kicks field goals, we're going to try to protect our bottom off and get that doggone ball, snap him down, give him a chance to score. And so we're thrilled to have Dylan here on our football team, and I think that he's no reason for him not to have a good year, and certainly several years here at VMI.
Thanks, man. I'll be in touch soon.
Great. Thanks a lot, Randy.
All right, thanks, Randy. And Coach, that's all the time we have for you. I appreciate you joining us. Good luck Saturday night at Richmond.
Thank you very much. Good luck to all the teams in the Big South. I know it's an exciting year, and it's that time of year again. Should be fun. Start college football.
That's right. All right, thanks, and we'll talk to you next week.